the morning.
Welcome back to our channel. Today is a wild day for soap fans, and we have a massive update to dive into. The latest twists in Genoa City have completely shifted the landscape, and we are here to break down every single shocking moment. Let's get right into the thick of it. I cannot even begin to process what I just watched. I am literally typing this up at 2 a.m. because my brain will not shut off, and I just need to vent to people who actually understand my frustration. I am so unbelievably mad. I mean, are they seriously doing this to Sally Spectre again? Have we not watched this poor woman suffer enough? Because it feels like every single time she gets even a tiny sliver of happiness, the universe, or in this case, Victor Newman, just swoops in to crush it into a million pieces. I'm sorry, but I am not neutral on this. I have been watching this show for years, and this is by far one of the most frustrating, agonizing storylines they have ever dragged us through. And it all revolves around this toxic, never-ending corporate tug-of-war over Newman Media and Spectre Charles. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Victor Newman. I know some people are loving this ruthless, take-no-prisoners version of the mustache, but personally, I am exhausted. Victor has decided that he wants Newman Media back, and he does not care who he has to destroy to get it. Remember when Phyllis Summers handed the company over to Billy Abbott? Yeah, Victor certainly hasn't forgotten. He is absolutely obsessed with reclaiming what he believes is his, and because Newman Media was merged into Spectre Charles, that means Victor is taking direct aim at Sally's company. But here is the kicker, the absolute worst part of all of this: Sally is pregnant. She is carrying Billy's child, and Victor is gearing up to launch a corporate missile right at her life's work. It is sickening. And then we have Adam Newman. Am I the only one who actually feels bad for Adam right now? I know. Adam has done some horrendous things in the past. But right now, he is actually trying to be the bigger person. Adam knows that Sally is pregnant, and he remembers the absolute hell they went through when they lost their baby girl, Ava. That trauma is still so fresh and so heartbreaking. Adam is actively trying to hold himself back because the absolute last thing he wants to do is cause more stress for Sally. He doesn't want to hurt her. He doesn't want to make her life any harder than it already is. But Victor doesn't care about anyone's feelings, let alone Sally's high-risk pregnancy. Victor just wants to win. So, Adam walks into Victor's office with Chelsea Lawson. They have this whole pitch prepared. Adam is basically begging his father to do this the right way. He pitches a comprehensive 6-month plan to rebuild Newman Media from the ground up alongside Chelsea. He is asking for time. He is asking for a compromise. Chelsea is sitting there, trying to play the diplomat, trying to show Victor that this rebuilding phase can actually be profitable and smooth for everyone involved. And what does Victor do? He completely shuts it down. He looks at them like they are children playing in a sandbox. Victor gives Adam this cold, calculated take it or leave it offer. Because Victor doesn't want to wait 6 months. Victor wants to strike at Spectre Charles now. He wants to rip the rug out from under Billy Abbott, and he considers Sally to be nothing more than acceptable collateral damage. I mean, it is just so classic Victor, but it makes me want to scream. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up to the Adam and Chelsea of it all. Chelsea is actually being super supportive of Adam through this whole pitch. They have a good dynamic going, and she is backing him up when he asks Victor for that 6-month window. But Victor is just a brick wall. Adam even tries to warn him, pointing out that if this plan doesn't work, Victor can just go ahead and do whatever he wants later. He is pleading for a delay, purely to protect Sally from the crossfire, but Victor's stubbornness is legendary. I can already see the writing on the wall. Victor is just delaying the inevitable. He is going to target Spectre Charles Media, and he is going to do it in the most destructive way possible. Let's take a trip down memory lane for a second, because we really need to understand why Victor is so unhinged about this. Newman Media was supposed to be the crown jewel. It was the entity that Victor wanted to use to solidify his legacy. But then Phyllis Summers got her hands on it, and in a move that was purely designed to spite the Newmans, she handed it over to Billy Abbott. Billy, the man Victor despises more than almost anyone else on this earth. And because Billy merged it into Spectre Charles, Victor's precious company is now tangled up in Sally's empire. To Victor, this isn't just business. This is a deeply personal vendetta. He feels humiliated that his assets are being controlled by outsiders. And he will not rest until he strips Spectre Charles down to the studs and takes back every single share that he feels belongs to the Newman family. He doesn't care that Sally is an innocent bystander who just wants to run her fashion line. To Victor, she is holding stolen goods. But you want to know what really makes my blood boil? The absolute worst part of this entire nightmare. It's Billy Abbott. Yes, Billy, I am sorry, but Billy is an absolute trash bag right now. Sally is engaged to this man. She is carrying his child. She thinks he is her partner, her protector, her rock. But what is Billy actually doing behind her back? He is leaking her confidential business plans. The timeline literally spells it out. Billy is using his access to Sally's ambitious Spectre Charles plans to leak sensitive information to her rivals. Why? Because he wants to profit off it for his own separate fashion venture. I mean, we literally see it in the spoilers. Billy is taking her sketches, her marketing strategies, her entire Spectre Charles rollout plan, and he is handing it over to the enemy. He is literally stabbing his pregnant fiancée in the back to stroke his own ego. I cannot stand it. Imagine being Sally right now. You are pouring your heart and soul into this massive new fashion collection. You are dealing with the physical and emotional exhaustion of being pregnant. You are terrified of losing another baby because the ghost of little Eva is always hovering over you. And while you are doing all of this, your fiancé is secretly sabotaging your launch. When Sally's project fails miserably, and we know it's going to fail because Billy is sabotaging it, she is going to face massive financial losses. The stress is going to be astronomical. She is going to be searching for a traitor, looking at everyone in her company, completely oblivious to the fact that the rat is sleeping in her bed every night. It makes me so incredibly angry because Sally has fought so hard to be taken seriously in Genoa City. Remember when she first came to town and everyone treated her like dirt? She clawed her way up to the top. She built Spectre Charles. And now, she is trapped in a vice grip between two of the most toxic men on this show. On one side, you have Victor Newman, who is preparing to launch a hostile corporate takeover to destroy her company just to spite Billy and Phyllis. On the other side, you have Billy Abbott, who is actively leaking her designs and ruining her launch from the inside out. Sally is completely surrounded by enemies, and she doesn't even know it. And this brings me to my biggest fear, the baby. We all know how soaps work. When a pregnant character is put under this much extreme, relentless pressure, it never ends well. The stress of losing her company to Victor's ruthless attacks, combined with the devastating betrayal when she inevitably finds out what Billy has been doing, it is going to be too much. It is going to push her over the edge. I am absolutely terrified that Sally is going to have a medical crisis. Are they really going to make her lose another baby? I swear, if the writers put Sally through another miscarriage because of Billy's selfishness and Victor's greed, I might actually throw my television out the window. Am I the only one who thinks Billy deserves to lose everything? I mean, think about it. Billy loves to play the victim. He loves to act like Victor is the big bad wolf who is always out to get him. And yes, Victor is awful, but Billy is literally destroying the woman he claims to love. He is stealing her intellectual property. He is ruining her financial stability. He is jeopardizing the health of his unborn child just so he can have a successful side venture. It is the most despicable, cowardly thing he has ever done, and that is saying a lot for Billy Abbott. I know some people are loving this dark Billy arrow, but personally, I think he is irredeemable at this point. Okay, back to the point. Adam is sitting there, watching all of this unfold, and his hands are tied. He knows Victor is going to strike. He knows Sally is in the crosshairs. If Adam finds out what Billy is doing behind Sally's back, oh my god, the explosion is going to be epic. Adam might actually kill him. Because say what you want about Adam Newman, but he genuinely cared about Sally, and he genuinely grieves for the child they lost. Seeing Billy put Sally's new pregnancy at risk is going to awaken the absolute worst parts of Adam. I am here for it, honestly. I want Adam to completely decimate Billy. I want Victor to crush Billy. But I just want Sally to be shielded from the fallout, and I know that is impossible. And what is Chelsea going to do? Chelsea is standing by Adam right now, but she is fiercely protective of her own peace. Chelsea has worked so hard to get her mental health back on track. She doesn't need to be dragged into a toxic love triangle where Adam is playing the white knight for his pregnant ex-girlfriend. If Adam gets dragged too deeply into this war to protect Sally, is Chelsea going to get jealous? Is she going to feel like Adam still loves Sally? Because let's be real, Adam's desperation to protect Sally goes way beyond just being a decent guy. He still holds a torch for her. He still feels incredibly guilty for how he treated her in the past. Chelsea is smart. She is going to see right through Adam's "I just don't want to stress out a pregnant woman" excuse. This entire corporate battle is going to bleed into their personal lives, and it is going to be incredibly messy. I just keep picturing the moment Sally finds out the truth. Picture this: she's in her office, looking at the catastrophic numbers from her failed launch. She's stressed, holding her stomach, exhausted. Maybe she finds a file on Billy's laptop. Maybe she overhears a phone call. The realization that her fiancé, the father of her baby, is the one who destroyed her. The sheer panic and heartbreak. And then, right at that moment, Victor serves her with papers for a hostile takeover. It is a double whammy of epic proportions. I am dreading it, but I also know I am going to be glued to my screen watching it happen. The acting is going to be phenomenal, but the emotional toll it's going to take on us fans is going to be brutal. I don't know, guys. I am just so worked up about this. Sally Spectra deserves better. She deserves to have a successful company. She deserves a healthy, happy pregnancy. Instead, she is being used as a pawn by Victor Newman and as a stepping stone by Billy Abbott. I am praying that Adam somehow finds a way to outsmart them all and save her, but with Victor calling the shots, the odds are definitely not in her favor. I need to know what you guys think. Am I overreacting? Are you as terrified for Sally's baby as I am? Drop your thoughts because I'm going to be obsessing over this until the next episode airs.